this lesson cost me $2,000. Now, that lesson is that there's no better way to set up an aquarium than doing it the natural way. And this has become the way I set up all my aquariums now. So, Northwest Seed and Pet, Petco, PetSmart, any local fish store most likely they're probably going to tell you to cycle your tank for a week, or I've even heard it for a month. And cycling is just the process of letting your tank run with your filter and light, maybe even to create that live bacteria, that good bacteria that your fish thrive on. Now, the thing is, that's already going on by your, or even in your lake, your local lake, pond, any water source. So why wouldn't you just take what's going on in your lake and just put it in your aquarium? Then you can add fish the same day. That's what I do. When I set up an aquarium, I throw dirt from the backyard in my tank. I let it settle for a few hours, maybe a day. Then I add fish straight in, and they do great. I rarely will lose fish other than old age. And it took me $2,000 to learn that lesson, because I would buy just luxury guppies and whatnot. So like $50 guppies, $100 guppy or whatnot. A bunch of goldfish. And I kept trying and trying different things, and eventually found out, the best way is to just take nature and put it in your tank. That's all you need to do. Take nature, put it in your tank, and you'll have something alive. It already has those systems that are that you're trying to create. When you have a bunch of filters, you have your hang on the back filter, you're using your media, cycling it through your media and everything. All you're doing is what nature already does with using plants and the little organisms in the you'll see like little mites or fleas and whatnot, snails. That's all you're doing, is substituting it for doing it your way, or a synthetic way of using a bunch of filtration. But I feel like the main thing that I care about when I set up an aquarium or have an aquarium is stability. So when you go on a trip or vacation, once you want, that's a stable aquarium. I gotta add my pH, or I gotta add this random solution. I gotta add tonic X, Y, and Z just to keep my tank alive. I don't add anything to my tanks anymore, and it just makes it so much more simple. You just feed them once a day or every few days, depending on how much you want to feed them. And why I say that is because fish are always hungry, and I can make another video on that. But fish are always going to be hungry, and if you have enough things in your tank, then they're going to find something to eat. It sucks. I'm glad I'm not a fish and I can feel full, but most fish aren't gonna feel that type of way, and they're just gonna always want to eat more food. Anyways, I've bought so many fish, lost so many fish, until I realized that, and things like even cleaning the gravel, I don't have to do any of that stuff. I don't have gravel, so I don't have to clean it. All you're doing when you go for just gravel and you hang on the back filter and whatnot, all you're doing is substituting nature. So it just makes things more difficult, makes things unstable. I mean, a lot of people, if they don't clean the gravel, then they have an ammonia spike or something, and then their whole tank is thrown off, and there it goes, just from not cleaning the gravel. And it's just not worth it trying to figure out, I gotta clean my tank, or just adding water. Just changing your aquarium water can be a hassle. Just I gotta change my aquarium water once a week. I change mine maybe every few months, or I don't change anything really, but I just add more water. Because what's going on in a lake? The more water just comes in, and the water can seep down or evaporate, but it's like you can change something, do a small water change every now and then, but I mostly just add water. That's if your tank is really a good system, then you shouldn't need to change your water. Changing water means something's wrong. Adding chemicals means something's wrong. Having to clean your tank all the time means something's most likely wrong. Or you just want to make it look nice because the algae or whatever, that's fine. But a lot of times when you have to keep managing and micromanaging, usually that means, oh, something's not right. I need to make my tank more stable, increase stability, so adding plants. Really just adding plants and just bringing some lake water. When you bring in lake water, it's like taking a piece from something that's working and putting it in your thing. When you don't do that, it's like having a car, and if you're doing the normal way, which you're just doing filtration, the synthetic way, it's like having a car and then going to like a scrapyard and then you just start throwing parts in it and seeing what works. Oh, maybe this part works. I'm gonna put, maybe this radiator will work for my engine or something. It just doesn't. It really doesn't make sense. And sometimes I did find this right tire or something, and you might get it right sometimes, but it's better to just get it right. get it right instead of doing all that. Go to the expert, which is nature. Nature's gonna be your expert. So go to nature, take what nature's got going on, and put it in your tank. Just adding lake water has so many different creatures in it already that you're almost good to go just based on that. And yeah, that's how I set up my tanks now, is natural way, natural. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, then comment below. I'm always happy to ask questions. I've been doing it in this hobby for like 5-6 years. I also sell guppies. I sell guppies and other things like aquarium nets and whatnot. And I've been doing that for like 5+ years. So I've been here for it's just been a little bit, but I've learned so many things. Like, just for example, here's a random piece of information. If you sell aquarium fish, most of your customers are going to be on the East Coast or in the South. Florida and Texas are going to be your main places that people buy from or breed, which makes sense. They're tropical fish. But yeah, just a random piece of information. Why not throw it out? Just something I learned. Anyways, make sure you follow or subscribe, whatever platform you're on, YouTube or TikTok, and that's about it. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.